Smile 2 is the follow-up to Smile, a film that was surprising and very good. It was originally intended to go on streaming. They released it theatrically. I was mixed on it. I thought the film was okay. It was all right. A great concept and an average film. But the concept is interesting. Basically passing on a curse or a demon to another person who then sees horrible things manifested in their world, mostly involving people smiling in a way that is demonic. It's directed by Parker Finn, and for this movie, they went all out. The first film was kind of a really clever concept done on a very low budget. This movie, they pulled out all the stops. Everything about this film, and we'll get to the brief, broad strokes of the story in a second, but the sound design, the way the story is told, the moments that any other horror film, they might be wall-to-wall music. There are moments of silence where there's no music, no sound, and it is haunting. So kudos to Parker Finn for stepping up this movie on a I mean, it's a bigger budget than the first one, but my God, what he did with this budget was $28 million. Holy wow. The from the makeup effects, which are practical, some digital, just creepiness. He really pulled out all the stops. Now, by the way, on the gore side, it's no Terrifier 3. It just isn't. This is a studio horror film. But having said that, the moments of horror are awesome. Some really earned jump scares. Some moments where you don't really know what's going on, what's real, what's not, what is the logic of the universe. It is ultimately answered. I'm glad it is. I won't say what it is, but you do get answers to your questions, and it does pick up where the first Smile movie ended with Kyle Gallner, which I'm so happy they did. Kyle Gallner, of course, we saw in the recent film Strange Darling. He is really come into his own as an actor. So the story, really briefly, you've seen the trailer. Naomi Scott plays Sky Riley, a pop star on the level of like sort of an up and coming Taylor Swift or Lady Gaga. She has fans all over. She famously got in a car accident where her boyfriend, an actor, died. He had to go to rehab for drugs. So she had a fall from grace, but her fans love her in spite of that. Social media plays a big part of it. But she has an encounter with a high school friend where she inherits this curse. Now she is seeing grisly events play out in front of her. Naomi Scott is amazing. She was in the Aladdin movie.
Yeah, she was Jasmine in Aladdin.
Okay. I did not love that movie. I thought the live action Aladdin was meh. She is amazing in this film. I don't know if she did the singing herself, but my God, they build up a whole thing of Sky Riley and music videos and her fans and what her message is and different albums. And they have this whole lore about her as a character and her fall from grace, having been in this car accident, and then her just drug addiction and struggling with that. She drinks water. I don't know if she did it. I'm watching this going, did she really? Naomi Scott, the actress, drinks full bottles of water in like a gulp. And I'm thinking, did she really do that? Like, it doesn't look fake. And it's part of her character dealing with Sky Riley, dealing with her addiction. She wants control. She drinks full bottles of water, and she does it throughout the film. They had to have, I don't know, maybe that was enhanced, but it's very realistic. So I don't want to get into the specific scares or any spoilerish. I'll just say, see this movie with an audience. It is so fun, really great jumps. I actually think Alan, I know you're not a horror fan, but as a non-horror fan, this isn't Terrifier 3. It's not, it doesn't fetishize the grisly gore. I mean, there is stuff that's gory. There are a couple moments that are, wow, I did look away once.
First of all, most films are not Terrifier 3.
Yes.
The majority
true.
of films are not Terrifier 3.
It's not, but it is a little over 2 hours. I thought it was a little long, could have been shorter, but
You're not telling me.
but I was never bored. I was never bored. And the way there are more layers to the story, which I appreciate. It's not just a simple, here's the curse, you're stuck with it. You learn more about Sky Riley, and while she's dealing with the demons from the curse, she's dealing with her demons from the past. An exceptional horror movie. Not the best of the year, but if I was going to make a top 10 horror of the year, this would be on the list. One of the best. So I recommend Smile 2, giving it a 7.5.
And you're saying it's better than the first one?
Way better. I did not love the first one. The first one that was okay. But also, by the way, the first one had a much lower budget and was a streaming movie that they just will put it out. And they put it out. This, they said, let's put a lot into it. But on a $28 million budget, she does a stadium show. They really put the money on the screen. And even the style of Parker Finn, I got to give him a lot of credit. The way he uses the camera to set the mood, not just in the horror scenes, but the camera turns upside down. He uses it in a subtly unsettling way, along with the sound design. Really someone to look at. And the fact that they connected the first and second in a clever way, not gonna ruin it. I did not expect to like this, and really walked away impressed. So recommend for Smile 2. Like I said, for me, 7.5 out of 10, and one of my favorite, if not on the top horror films of the year. So there you go. Check it out.
Yeah.
You will not. And also fun to see with a crowd. A movie like this, like, you want to see it in a packed audience with people reacting, people going, and it really works.
Yeah. I won't be saying it.
Come on.
You know what it is? It's part of the horror films, part of horror that I don't like is it's this idea of nightmare inducing imagery. And that's the thing.
It has it.
Yep, it does. I believe you're right.
Look, this is a great horror film for normies. And as hardcore horror fan, you will also find a lot to like. So, and also one last thing before we get to comments, Jack Nicholson's son is in this movie. He's amazing. He is amazing. He can do that Jack smile. He does it great. So
he's an imitation of his dad.
No, he's very good.
Okay.
Let's go to comments here.